So, good afternoon, everyone. So, our topic is maintenance record, contents, and entries, which is the topic 4. Our objectives are to understand the importance of maintenance and inspection records in ensuring airworthiness and compliance, apply proper formats and authorization when making logbook entries, identify different aircraft inspections and their documentation, determine actions when an aircraft is found unairworthy. Lastly, is to recognize the consequences of improper or incomplete words. So let's start. For aircraft maintenance entries, number one, aircraft maintenance entries are official records documenting the work performed on an aircraft. These records include details such as the type of maintenance conducted, parts replaced, and the date of completion, and the signature of the authorized personnel. Their primary purpose is to ensure the aircraft's continued airworthiness, maintain accurate traceability, and provide a reliable reference for future inspection or maintenance activities. So in other words, proper maintenance entries make sure that every repair, inspection, or replacement done on the aircraft is written down correctly. This helps keep track of all the work done and ensures the aircraft stays safe, reliable, and ready to fly. So here we have five types of maintenance record entries. We have preventive maintenance entries, corrective maintenance entries, inspection entries, AD compliance entries, and component or parts replacement entries. So let's start for preventive maintenance. So these cover minor maintenance tasks performed by certified pilots or technicians, such as oil changes or tire replacements. Each entry must include the date, a brief description of the work done, and the signature of the authorized individual. So at this part, small fixes or checks like the oil change or the tire replacement must include the date, work done, and the signature. For corrective maintenance entries, these documents repairs or replace carried out to address identified defects or discrepancies. Entries should specify the issue found, corrective actions taken, and parts used. So at this part, repairs made to fix a problem must show what was wrong, what was done, and what parts were used. So for inspection entries, these indicate the type of inspection performed, the finding or result, and whether the aircraft has been approved for return to service. So for inspection, notes about the aircraft check, result, and if it is safe to fly again. For AD compliance entries, these serve as the proof that all applicable airworthiness directive has been properly complied with. Each entry must state that the AD number, method of compliance, and completion date. So, proof that safety rules from authorities were followed. It must show the AD number, how it was done, and the date. So, this part, which is the component or parts replacement entry. This record any instance where aircraft components or parts, such as engines, propellers, or avionics, are removed, installed, or replaced. The entry must include serial number, total time in service, and installation details. So at this part, parts replacement. When parts are changed, like the engine or the propeller, it must include the part numbers, time used, and the details of installation. So here is the sample pictures. On this, on the right side, you can see the date, the record takt time, here are the records, and the total, and the flight number or today's flight. So here is the total time in service, and this part is the description of inspection, tests, repairs, and alterations. So here are the remarks or what has done to the aircraft. Next is the aircraft inspection entries, number two.
So for the next part of this report, we have the aircraft inspection entries, or uh, these are the official records created after conducting routine or scheduled inspection. So basically, these are the documents or the documentation about the inspection when it comes to pre-flight or inspection or once before the aircraft flew again, the 100-hour inspection and annual checks. So these entries verify the aircraft's condition and indicate whether it is approved for return to service. These entries are important because they serve as proof that the aircraft was inspected properly and is safe and airworthy before being flown. So these are the sample pictures of the inspection checklist and the receiving inspection. So from the inspection checklist, we can see here the date of inspection, the aircraft registration or the serial number of the aircraft, the type of inspection, whether it is a pre-flight inspection, a 100-hour inspection, or it is a annual inspection. Of course, it is also indicated here that the description of work performed or the findings. It is stated here whether the aircraft was inspected and found to be airworthy in airworthy condition. So, of course, it is also indicated in the inspection checklist the name, the signature, and the license number of the mechanic or the receiving inspection. It is written here the it is performed when the new parts or materials arrive at the maintenance facility. Its purpose is to verify the quality and authenticity of the items. They are installed on an aircraft. So during a receiving inspection, we typically check the part number and serial numbers, the physical condition for dents or sheeting damages, the required certificates like airworthiness or conformity documents, then the inspector's date and signature, and whether the material is accepted nor rejected. So these procedures ensure that only approved and safe components are used during maintenance. So part three of this report is the unworthy inspection procedures. So in unworthy inspection procedures, uh, it is uh, it is a documentation for the once the aircraft is declared unworthy or it has a defect or damage that is found that affects the flight safety. So if any component does not meet the limits or the standards, the aircraft cannot be released to service until it is repaired or inspected again. So what makes the aircraft unworthy? It can be the structural cracks, dents or corrosion, some fuel or hydraulic leaks, landing gear issue or problems, engine abnormalities, damage or restricted control surfaces in operative flight instruments or required lights. So any of these conditions can affect safe flights and must be corrected. So in regulatory requirements for record accuracy and completeness, so it is written here that every maintenance and inspection record must be precise, complete, and validated by certified personnel. Each entry should include the date, the aircraft identification, details of the work performed, and return to service statement when applicable. Any unworthy findings must be clearly recorded, and the aircraft must remain grounded until corrective actions are completed. So, all records are required to comply within the Aviation Authority regulation and must properly maintained and retained for the prescribed period.
So for our summary, aircraft maintenance entries. Proper maintenance entries ensure all maintenance actions are accurately documented to maintain aircraft safety and airworthiness. So, making proper maintenance is important because it records every repair or service done on the aircraft. This helps keep the aircraft safe and in good condition. Aircraft inspection entries are accurate inspection entries confirm that the aircraft meets all safety and airworthiness requirements before the flight. So this needed to show that the aircraft has been checked carefully and meets all safety rules before flying. So lastly is the unairworthy inspection procedures. So following correct unairworthy procedures prevents unsafe aircraft from operating and ensure all defects are properly corrected. So in other words, following the correct procedure when an aircraft is unairworthy or not safe to fly ensures it will not be used until all issues are found or fixed and checked again. This helps prevent accidents and keep everyone safe. So that's all. Thank you for listening.
So, good morning. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I'd like to begin with a few basic questions to get to know you. First, could you please tell me your name and age?
Joshua Bangad, 33 years old.
Okay. So, thank you. Next, may I know which company you are currently affiliated with and where it is located?
I'm currently working in Alliance Airlines here in Australia.
Okay, great. Could you also describe your current position in the company?
I am dual trade aircraft maintenance engineer, structures and mechanical.
For the final questions, I'd like to hear your opinion about the topic provided. Please feel free to explain your thoughts briefly.
Kasi pag heavy base maintenance, ginagawa namin, pagbaba ng eroplano, magde-defuel, tapos weighing, kung ilan yung current weight. Tapos kung saan galing eroplano to, kung galing sa US, tapos ire-register namin to Australia, pwede namin gawin, tanggalin lahat ng mga parang gasolina or kung ano-ano. Tapos meron kaming phase, parang kumbaga inspection phase, parang access phase, parang gano'n. Pero ang una, access phase, tatanggal ng mga upuan, galley, cabin, tapos minsan gulong, landing gear, flaps, ailerons, mga gano'n. Tapos meron kaming tinatawag na routine work.
Yes po.
Yun yung nakapackage doon sa maintenance na yun kung nasa A check kami, o C check, o B check, D check, ganun. Tapos along the way ng, for example, C check, may mga nakita kaming like nagsa-servicing kami sa landing gear. Tapos may nakita kaming mga sirang mga bushing or mga worn out na kung ano-ano. I-raise namin ng non-routine.
Okay po.
Tapos yung non-routine na yon, doon na maglalagay ng mga repair or kung anong gagawin, pwedeng rectificate o repair. Depende na lang kung anong sasabihin ng engineer. Licensed engineer. Tapos kung matatapos na itong check na to, ibabalik na namin yung original na config ng eroplano. Tapos gagawa kami ng functional check, gear swing, mga retraction ng flap, retraction ng mga aileron, ganun, mga flight controls. Tapos sa loob ng cabin, tingnan namin kung okay yung mga IFE o hindi. Then after that, final na weighing ng eroplano para sa registration kung saan man namin nire-register to. Then yun, lipat.
Okay po. Ayun lang naman po. Okay, so thank you for your response, Mr. Bangad, and this concludes the portion of the interview. Thank you po.